Welcome to my first ever two-part review of something, anything. It's my first two-parter. A lot of spoilers to talk about in The Defenders. That's why I have to make two parts. I'm not going to make it like another 45-minute video, one part. It's two parts. Well deserved. So again, let's just talk about the plot, but this time a little bit more in depth. So it picks up where all the Defenders, their own individual series leave off. So Matt is retired as being Daredevil, and he's just kind of being a lawyer. Luke is tailing this guy named White Hat because he's I guess terrorizing kids in Harlem and making them do dirty shit for him. And you know, Luke is just trying to help them, or help the kids, but more specifically this one kid. Jessica Jones is taking a missing husband case, and Danny is just hunting the hand. And then the hand quake, the earthquake that the hand causes, brings all these four cases together. That's where our heroes are at the beginning. The villain, Alexandra, she's dying, and the hand has been trying to look for immortality. We heard about this in season 1 of Daredevil, but we really saw it in season 2 when Nobu comes back. And so Alexandra is trying to, for real this time, get immortality, and she has to use the Iron Fist for that. And the way she's going to get it is by using the Black Sky, in this case Elektra. So Alexandra, Sigourney Weaver, brings back Elektra from the dead and raises her as a child. So she's not Elektra anymore, she's just Elektra's body, using her body as the Black Sky and trying to fulfill the hand's destiny of immortality. And that brings me back to the earthquake. That's what the hole is for in the middle, kind of the end of Daredevil season 2. The big hole where Matt drops the flashlight all the way down, that is brushed over in season 2 of Daredevil. We never find out what that's for, but then we know what it's for now. So basically what it is, it's a portal to Kunlun. The other fingers of the hand, Gao, the Japanese dude, the African warlord, and then Bakuto, they basically all just want to return to Kunlun. Alexandra just wants to not die, okay? And so that's what this portal's for. It's to Kunlun. That's where they will get the substance that helps keep them immortal, keeps them alive, and it's also how they get back to Kunlun, to living in peace or whatever. So that's kind of the plot of The Defenders in a little bit more detail this time, but not too much. We're going to talk about the real plot at the end of the video. The characters, the Defenders. Matt, you can tell, was definitely the favorite of the 4 Defenders by the writers. He was definitely the most favored one, and rightfully so. He's the one who got the Netflix series kicked off. He's the one show that everybody loves the most, because he has 2 seasons also under his belt. Matt was definitely the favorite. Charlie Cox is just fucking awesome to watch, and he has like the most shining moments in the series, I think. And on top of they kind of unofficially elect him as the leader of the Defenders for whatever reason. And on top of that, you can tell he's the writer's favorite just because he almost kicks Iron Fist's ass. Like, if it wasn't for the actual Iron Fist, Matt would have just kicked Danny's ass without a doubt. No doubt. Jessica Jones, you get to watch her be a smartass still. She hates being a part of the team, but if she wants to just go back to being a drunk and just doing PI work, then she has to be a part of a team. So obviously that's just her being a shell. So she's just pretending to not like the Defenders, but obviously you get to watch her turn it around and enjoy being a part of a team and just getting stuff done and saving the city. You know, it's really, her character kind of makes a 180, kinda. So it's more like a 140. I don't know if this is allowed, but I'm gonna say it without any like evidence or backing it up. Luke is just fucking awesome. Yeah, and if you watched my non-spoiler review of this already, then Danny, there's nothing new to add to him. Just more iron fisting, a little bit too serious at times, need to be more comedic. You know, there's not much new to add to Danny, you know, and he needs to glow more. He needs to do this more, Iron Fist more. For those of you wondering, people were wondering about a 5th Defender. There is no Punisher in this. Sucks, damn it, man. But also, it kind of makes sense. With the way the Defenders was going, the way the plot was going, squeezing the Punisher in there would have felt shoehorned. There was no place for the Punisher. There was almost no place for a guy with guns, because he has no stakes in this. He has no really loved ones that can get hurt by this. And that was a big thing with the hand, is that they will find loved ones and they will hurt them. Punisher has no loved ones left. Maybe the exception is Karen, but that was already Matt was taking that role already. So the Punisher would have felt shoehorned, so I'm kind of glad that they didn't. So yeah, there's no Punisher, but I feel like it was kind of a good thing that they didn't include him. Now with the side characters, I would say probably Colleen glowed the most. I mean, she can kick ass. She rightfully deserves to be the glowed the most one, because in fact people were thinking that the best thing of Iron Fist was probably Colleen Wing, and I'm inclined to somewhat agree. She definitely kicks ass, but in this case, she's probably one of the best side characters, supporting characters. That is, I'd say she is the supporting character of this whole thing. She is even past Claire Temple, the one who brings all this together, all the characters together. Colleen just kicks ass, and I like her character a lot. She's really cool. So rightfully so, she deserves to be the side character that pops at you. Okay, let's talk about the villains now. Like I said, Sigourney Weaver was fine. It was just her character was so poorly written. She didn't do a damn thing. Not a damn thing. She had one fight scene with Elektra, because Elektra got kind of mouthy or whatever. And that was it. Like, she didn't fight any of the defenders, which sucked because she could take Elektra. Elektra was able to take all of the defenders, if you don't remember. So watching her take on Elektra would have been so cool to watch her take on the defenders, if that makes any sense at all. Of course it does. That's why I think the way that the trailers and the writers were trying to make her, they were trying to make her super powerful, almost like Kingpin level powerful, except to me she was just a shitty female version of Kingpin. She fell flat in almost every aspect. Like, she was a good fighter because she was able to take on Elektra, but she didn't fight any of the defenders. What good is that? What good is that one fight scene if it doesn't pay off by fighting the heroes, the actual heroes of the show? That's my point. Next to her saying that she's doing everything, but really it's Elektra or the Black Sky. I don't know. She just did nothing. Five Fingers were bland, and that includes Gao and Bakuto. Gao from obviously Daredevil and Iron Fist, but Bakuto from only Iron Fist. Bakuto was a good part of Iron Fist. He was a pretty good villain. He was kind of a good shady character of Iron Fist. He was bland in this. His time to shine was mostly with Colleen, which I didn't mind that, but he was still a very bland like villain in this series. And Gao, dude, we know how powerful she is. She was so one-dimensional in this, wasn't she? Gao was kind of disappointing. She's so powerful, and we find out just how powerful she is in Iron Fist. It makes you wonder why she isn't as powerful in Daredevil. Probably because she could wipe the floor with just Daredevil, but still, in this case, she was like scared of Alexandra for whatever reason. I mean, what could Alexandra do that was so threatening? Because we didn't see it, and obviously we'll talk about her because she fucking dies. Just all of the Five Fingers, including the Japanese guy, he was overhyped. Like, they made him out to be some kind of like badass warrior. He didn't fight anybody really that mattered. Just the Five Fingers, the villains kind of fell flat for me, and that's a big thing for me. And I think the series is kind of lucky that I didn't rate it less. They were lucky that I was enjoying the heroes like a billion times more than I was the villains. And I forgot to mention the African warlord dude, the white hat. He did nothing too. He got captured, then got his head cut off. So yeah. Now it's super mega major spoiler time. This is like the last 2 or 3 episodes of the series. I was shocked. I didn't expect this one to happen. Stick dies. Holy fuck. Stick is dead. I don't know if that's... We didn't see his head get cut off. And as you know, your head has to get cut off in these shows to matter. He just got impaled like in his sternum. It wasn't his heart or anything. It was his sternum. It was right in the middle. So I think Stick definitely has a chance to come back. What else they could possibly do with Stick, I have no idea. But, I mean, we didn't see his head cut off, and the writers haven't said anything yet. So those are the 2 rules to being officially dead in the comic book world. So Stick probably isn't dead, but for now, he is. So let's just leave it at that. I wasn't sure how I liked Elektra's twist in the series, because I saw her cut Alexandra's head off and I was like, yes, now go help fight with the defenders against these guys right here. Go help fight these evil pricks. But then I was like, what the fuck? Because she says she is the hand now. I was like, oh man, come on. I don't know if that was real or not. I don't know if that was like actually Elektra and she snapped out of it, or if that was like the Black Sky talking. I don't know what the Black Sky does to the mind, but I don't know. There's no way to confirm it, I guess, but I wasn't like a huge fan of it. But I guess to fluff up the season, like 1 or 2 more episodes, they had to make Elektra the main villain because Alexandra wasn't fucking doing a thing. So, yeah, I guess it makes sense that Elektra had to be evil. I'm not sure how I feel about it still, but I mean, she was okay. She was a good villain. She was a formidable, like, physical opponent for the Defenders, but, you know. In the finale, let's just talk about from least important to most important. So Misty Knight finally gets her comic book famous bionic arm. Bakuto cuts off her right arm, and then she wakes up after the finale happens, and then she's gonna get her bionic arm. That's fun. It's always nice. We'll see how that plays out in, what is it, Luke Cage season 2. Of all the villains, besides Elektra, I don't count her as a villain. So of all the 5 fingers of the hand, I think the only one that is actually possibly alive is Madame Gao, because the Japanese dude got impaled and then the fucking elevator crushed him. Bakuto, Alexandra, and the African warlord got their heads cut off. So shut up. Madame Gao, we saw her escaping, walking off into the distance. I think she's alive. I don't know how she got out, but I think she's alive somehow. Really cool fight scene underground. That was really awesome, just watching the team kick so much ass. It was, like I said, the big positive for this thing was just watching all the characters finally just stick together like glue, and it's really awesome. So you have that big fight scene. That was a huge plus for me. That fight scene was fucking incredible. Watching all the side characters just reacting to what's going on around them, with, you know, Claire and Colleen being the main two. Misty helping out occasionally. And then of course the finale happens with Matt and Elektra fighting down in the tunnel or the hole or whatever. And then we talk about Matt's death. That was the big part of the finale. And I was like, oh my god, like they're actually not going to let him escape. They're actually going to let him die. And so that's why I was like, I wonder with Elektra, because they were making out until they both died. Funny thing, I guess. It still makes me wonder if Elektra was actually being mind controlled by the Black Sky, or if it was actually Elektra, and I still don't know. I don't know. That's a question I'll never be able to answer. But Matt's death, it was very satisfying to me. It was very satisfying, and that's why I think the writers favored Matt, because he had all these moments to shine, and then he has the big payoff at the end by sacrificing himself. For no good reason. I mean, he could have just let Elektra die, or like, I don't know, I guess maybe knocked her out or something. I mean, they were fighting, but nonetheless though, it was satisfying as fuck. I loved watching Matt die. But I knew it was a fake out. Like, everybody knew it was a fake out. That is their star. They confirmed Daredevil season 3, so like there's no reason to fake it out. But it was still like, it was still very memorable, and it was really really neat watching everybody's reaction of the aftermath of his death, even though it was very short-lived. Like, I was watching the episode and then he died, and then I just checked to see the time. There was still 15 minutes left, and in that 15 minutes they were showing everybody else. They were showing Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, just Jessica Jones, just Luke Cage, just Iron Fist, and you know, Karen and Foggy. And then that was for like 14 minutes 30 seconds. The last 30 seconds was Matt waking up, and I was like, yes. How the fuck are they gonna explain that though? I don't know. I don't know what kind of trick they have up their sleeve. I am really excited to see how they explain that. I love explainers that explain such bullshit odds, and then somehow he overcomes those odds. I just have to know how he got out of that. I don't know how. I can't think of anything. Elektra, I can see her still being alive because of the Black Sky that's in her, the substance, or I think it's the substance, but I can see how she's alive. The Black Sky could probably keep her alive. But Matt, I'm excited to see how he got out of that. That's a really cool circumstance to me. I don't know. I like that. It's triumphant. I like that stuff. It kind of sucks that we have to wait for Daredevil season 3 to come out. It's not coming out for a while, I hear. It's definitely not coming out until probably like mid 2018, so another year from now about. But who gives a fuck, because the Punisher's coming out! The fucking Punisher! Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't watched it, my non-spoiler review, I don't know why you wouldn't have, but I scored it a 9. I still think it's a solid 9. It's just the villains were probably the biggest downfall, but I can work past it. They're just dumb villains being dumb, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe I'm just blinded by how like accepting and loving I was of the 4 main characters, the heroes. Just to not see how like fucking dumb the villains were being. They had no coordination whatsoever. But I think maybe I'm blinded by the heroes, but it's just, I enjoyed myself. I had fun watching it. I think that's all that counts to me. So I had a lot of fun watching the Defenders. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's all I got for you. Leave a comment. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.